I was sitting in the dim break room on set, the kind of place that smells like burnt coffee and old pizza, when my phone lit up with the notification that ripped something open inside me. My own mother had just broadcast to the entire world that I was a disappointment. That her successful Hollywood son, me, had heartlessly refused to fund my niece's extravagant Sweet 16. The words burned behind my eyes, disappointed in my son. He makes good money directing and still said no. Some people forget their roots. There was a photo attached. My niece, beaming in a glittering pink gown, spinning under rented crystal chandeliers and balloon arches. $17,000 worth of sparkle. And beneath it, my mother's public shaming for every cousin, church acquaintance, and childhood neighbor to scroll past and judge. I stared at the screen while a stunt car detonated on the monitor in front of me, again, and again, and again. The explosion felt quieter than the one happening in my chest. Here's what that moment felt like: alone, phone glowing, everything pausing. I didn't greet anyone that day. I didn't smile at Crafty. I just sat there, heart hammering, realizing the story she'd been telling about me for years wasn't just private family gossip anymore. It was canon. Public. Permanent, until I decided it wasn't. For the last decade I'd been the invisible ATM, quiet. Reliable. Guilty. I grew up in a small house that always smelled faintly of bleach and worry. Dad walked out when I was 10. After that, Mom carried everything: 2 jobs, swollen ankles, the constant math of which bill could wait another week. My little sister Elena was the fragile one, the dreamer, the one who cried easily. I was the sturdy one. The one who could handle it. That label stuck like wet cement. When my first Betrayal directing check came in at 28, I replaced her ancient refrigerator that groaned like it was dying. She cried in the kitchen, hugged me so tight I could feel her heartbeat, and told everyone at church her boy was finally making something of himself. The next check paid off her car. The one after helped Elena with a surprise rent hike. Then the requests started arriving in soft packaging. Just this once, honey, the electricity, your sister's transmission, the roof is leaking, they say it's dangerous. I never said no. Not once. Because every time I thought about her hands cracked from cleaning other people's houses, or the nights she fell asleep at the table still wearing her diner apron, guilt wrapped around my throat like a hand. Over time, helping became breathing. Automatic. I didn't even notice the lens slowly zooming in until my wife, Sarah, she's an editor, she sees story structure in everything, sat me down one rainy Tuesday and opened the spreadsheet. Ethan, she whispered, turning the screen toward me, look at the total. 38,000 in 3 years. Then 50. Then 80. Then 140,000 over a full decade. Rent bailouts. Dental emergencies. Elena's surprise semesters. Even a beach trip Mom called, finally taking care of myself for once. Sarah didn't yell. She just asked, very gently, when does it stop being gratitude and start being expected? I didn't have an answer. I just felt cold. We tried boundaries. A soft annual cap. A polite, we're focusing on the kids' future now. But the pattern was stronger than promises. The phone would buzz. A story would start. And I'd fill in the blank with another transfer. Until the Sunday dinner where it all cracked open. Elena leaned back, scrolling venue photos on her phone. Lily deserves something magical. She's such a sweet girl. Look at this place: DJ, photo booth, dessert tower. Classy. 17 grand all in. My stomach dropped like I'd missed a mark on set. Sarah's foot found mine under the table. Mom jumped in immediately, smiling at me like I was about to win an award, and your brother will help, won't you, sweetheart? You're doing so well now. I swallowed. That's $17,000. For one night. It's a memory, Mom said, voice turning sharp. You only turned 16 once. And you can afford it. Sarah spoke quietly. We have 2 kids. We're still paying off the last roof repair we covered. Silence hit the table like a slate clap. Elena's eyes filled instantly. I knew it. I knew asking for anything nice was too much. I'll just tell Lily her uncle thinks her dreams cost too much. That's not, I started. Mom cut me off with the look. The same one that used to make 10-year-old me apologize for existing. I didn't raise you to turn your back on family, Ethan. Sarah's jaw clenched. I felt the air change. I placed both palms flat on the table. Over the last 10 years I've sent roughly $140,000. Rent. Repairs. Bills. Tuition. Emergencies. Voluntarily. No repayment asked. Ever. Mom's face froze. Don't start counting money. That's ugly. You're right, I said, voice steady for the first time in years. No one forced me. And now I'm choosing not to pay for a $17,000 birthday party. The rest of the meal happened in fragments. Small bites. No eye contact. On the drive home Sarah didn't say, "I told you so." She just rested her hand on my knee at a red light and whispered, "I'm proud of you for using your voice." I didn't feel proud. I felt like I'd shattered a stained glass window I'd spent my life trying to keep intact. 2 weeks later, the Facebook post landed like shrapnel. I read it between setups, stunt car exploding on loop behind me. The comments were already piling up. So sorry, Diane. After everything you've done for him. Ungrateful. I copied the post. Opened my banking app. Started typing. Dates. Amounts. Descriptions. Clean. Factual. No insults. Just the other side of the frame. I went back to her post. Fingers trembling, not with rage, but with the strange electricity you feel right before calling action on a shot you only get once. My comment was calm. Precise. Mom, I love you. I'm hurt you shared this without context. I said no to funding a $17,000 single-night party after providing approximately $140,000 in support over the last decade, rent, repairs, medical, tuition, emergencies, all willingly, never advertised, never demanded back. You've also chosen not to attend or contribute to several of our children's birthdays. That was your decision. I respected it. I'm not abandoning family. I'm protecting my own after 10 years of being the default safety net. I won't debate this in public comments. I attached a carefully cropped screenshot collage. Just dates, amounts, and the recipient names as they appeared in my records. No account numbers. No drama. Just continuity. I hit post. Within 60 seconds, Diane, is this true? Then, you told us he never helps. Then, from her closest friend since high school, this isn't what you told us. The last one landed like a perfect cut. Clean. Deep. My phone erupted. Missed calls. Texts from Elena, how could you humiliate Mom like that? I replied once, I corrected the record. I'm open to private conversation when everyone's calm. I'm done being the silent villain in someone else's version. By wrap time, the post had vanished. Deleted. Replaced with a vague graphic about keeping family matters private. I sat in my car outside the lot, city lights smearing across the windshield, and finally exhaled a breath I'd held since I was 28. That night Sarah and I sat at our kitchen table after the kids were asleep. Dishwasher humming. Laptop open between us like a script conference. You didn't attack, she said. You reflected. Now they're embarrassed. They'll try to flip the narrative. Where's your line? I looked at the columns of numbers that used to feel like guilt and now felt like evidence. No more automatic transfers, I said. We save for our kids' future. College. Emergencies. Us. If there's a genuine crisis, hospital, not vacation, we'll look at it case by case. With documentation. Like we would for anyone. Sarah nodded. That's not cruel. That's fair. I thought about Mom's voice over the years. You're making me feel like a beggar. You're so cold now. I'm not cold. I'm finally clear. The fallout came in waves. Accusations. Guilt trips. The classic line, you're choosing money over family. I answered the last call quietly. You made me look like a liar, she said. You told people I abandoned you, I replied. You left out a decade and 6 figures. That wasn't venting. That was rewriting history. Silence stretched. I was hurt, she muttered finally. I know. I was too. For 10 years. She didn't apologize. I didn't beg for one. I ended the call gently. I love you. But the bank is closed. We can still be family. Just not like before. She hung up without goodbye. I stared at the fridge covered in crayon drawings. My son's stick figure family. My daughter's rainbow sun. For the first time in years, the weight on my chest felt lighter. I still love my mother. I always will. But love isn't an unlimited line of credit. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do, for everyone, is to stop letting someone else direct your life. If you've ever had to draw that line with family, if you've ever felt the guilt of saying enough, tell me. Would you have posted the truth? Or stayed quiet to keep the peace? I chose the truth. And I'm still breathing. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe for more stories.